Yes, Pete Orput is the Washington County Attorney. He is the person who is making the charging decision in the case of Kim Potter, a Brooklyn Center police officer who killed Daunte Wright, a 20-year-old African-American young man, on April 11th. Today, he was laid to rest. There's Pete. Hi, Pete. Are you coming to join us today? Daunte Wright had his funeral in North Minneapolis. You can come on out. We just came to kind of bring a more solemn energy because our community is grieving right now. And we just want to reiterate how impactful this situation has been on our community. And so, can you put a mask on, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I can get one out of my truck, a paper one.
Okay. Thank you. So this is the difference between Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman and Pete Orput. He is willing to come out and engage us. I don't think that that's a bad thing, that a county attorney is coming out to engage the constituents in the community, because most of us live in the area near where Daunte Wright was killed, which is far away from Stillwater. So we appreciate you coming out and being willing to engage us and knowing we come in peace, but we're here for justice.
Peace last time, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm really focused on this case. I just wish you could.
Well, we will know that when you file murder charges. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And here's the thing. Have you ever filed charges against a cop before?
Yeah. I'm the only prosecutor in the state who put a police chief in prison for 8 counts of first-degree arson.
I'm talking about for murder, sir.
Not for murder.
That is what the problem is, right?
No.
So just hold on.
I'll do it.
Hold on a second, okay? Because you're getting energetic and I'm not.
No, I'm working so hard.
I hear you, but some of us just came from a funeral, watching a 20-year-old.
I heard it.
The casket is closed.
I listened to it.
And his son, who is almost 2, was there. A baby whose father is now gone. So what you're saying is a lot of hard work. You can decide how you want to spend your time. Daunte Wright never has that opportunity.
I get that.
So I'm just saying we don't want to hear excuses. Let's just have a dialogue if we're going to have a dialogue. So my question to you, right, was really focused on, have you prosecuted a killer cop? We know that you have had other cases that have come before you where police have killed someone and you have declined to bring charges, right? So one of those cases was Marcus Golden, who was killed in January of 2015. The circumstances were extremely suspicious, and he was killed. His aunt has been out here, and she's going to come.
She was, and I have evidence. Well, I'm not going to try to
that's
in my front yard.
We're not telling you to. I'm just giving. That was one example. The other was Jafford Smith, a black man whose body was riddled with bullets.
The one who shot the woman right in front of the cops and then started shooting at the cops? That one? Yeah, I did do that one.
The point is his mom.
I did. He shot a woman right in front of the cops. He put the gun to her head and shot her. And then he runs up a driveway and starts shooting at her. Now, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
So I'm
saying, man, don't pick that one.
But what I'm saying to you is that you have had other cops. You have had other cases involving police-involved killings and shootings. You have declined to bring charges in every single case, right? So that's number one, which means that your bias seems to lean against prosecuting killer cops.
I don't know about killers, but I've prosecuted many cops in my career.
Cops who have killed people. We're talking about
anybody else who breaks.
We're talking about cops who kill.
Okay.
And you have not brought charges against cops who kill people.
Well, I did now.
We appreciate what you've done, but you need to do more. You need to do more. No, you need to do more because this was a grievous case.
And what you told me last time was that you met with civil rights attorneys. And maybe they agreed with you, but civil rights attorneys typically don't handle criminal cases.
Here's the thing.
No, just hold on a second.
I just wish I could.
Hold on a second. That was the excuse you gave me last time, right? You said I talked to Trump and a bunch of civil rights lawyers, and I told them my rationale, but my point is civil rights attorneys usually do not bring criminal charges. They're in a completely different lane. Now, I happen to be a civil rights attorney who also works on policing issues, And I was one of the people, along with the people here, who demanded an upgrade in the charges for the cop who killed George Floyd. Initially, Mike Freeman, your buddy, didn't even want to bring charges. We had to pressure him.
That's right.
Because he acted like there was nothing there.
Yep.
Right? I'm just telling you the backstory, right? So he didn't want to bring charges. Then he only wanted to charge Derek Chauvin. He didn't want to charge the other 3 cops. And we said, no, hold on. You got to charge all 4 of these cops. And then what did we do? We said, Governor, use your executive authority to put the case into the hands of the Attorney General.
One thing about that, Nikki.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tuesday night, I got a call. Would I be on the Tom Cran NPR? Yes, I would. What did I say?
I don't know.
I'll tell you. I'd charge all 4 with second-degree unintentional murder, and I broke down the elements. And I said,
but were you the prosecutor in that case?
They asked me
And Tuesday, was that the day that the jury came back with the guilty verdict?
No. This was the Tuesday after the Monday homicide. They called me.
Which
and
court?
I said,
I don't
no,
know.
It's about a week
hold
ago,
on.
Thursday.
Let me get clear though. On which are you talking about? The
George
case?
Floyd was murdered on I believe Monday.
Are you talking about you went on Tom Cran to discuss George Floyd?
Yes.
Or Daunte Wright?
George Floyd.
So at this point, and with all due respect,
Before
what
anybody
you
else
would
did.
have done regarding George Floyd is not relevant anymore.
Okay, that's cool.
Because guilty verdicts are gone. Right? We had to pressure the governor to put it into the hands of the Attorney General. So that's irrelevant. Right now, what we're focused on is Kim Potter, who killed Daunte Wright.
I agree.
And what we're saying we're just talking about the similarities where Mike Freeman acted as if he didn't want to charge, right? We had to apply pressure. Then he went ahead and tried to charge 3rd-degree murder against 1 cop, and we said no. All
agree.
4 need to be charged, and then we said you need to
I was
also.
saying it before you.
I hear you, but I'm just telling you the story, the process. We didn't hear you say it publicly. I don't know if you did or not back
I
then.
did, and I even laid out the elements of second-degree murder and said
I'm
I'd
just
charge
telling
all
you that
4.
when we were out there, we didn't see you show up at the governor's mansion. We
I
had
don't do
other
that.
lawyers like the
I don't do
National
that.
Lawyers Guild who showed up. We didn't see you.
Yeah,
So
I
if
don't
that's
do that.
what you thought, we didn't hear that articulated. We didn't see you write a statement to the press saying, if I were the DA, this is what I would do. We didn't see that. So right now, it's not really relevant. The only way that this is relevant in this moment is just to show you the process that we went through and to see that the county attorney was going through the same thing where he's saying, there's no charges, and then only trying to charge 1. And then once we pressured the governor to put it into the hands of the Attorney General, we demanded 2nd-degree murder charges as well.
Right.
So they reluctantly added 2nd-degree murder, and then they went back later, added 3rd-degree murder, and they have manslaughter.
I'm here.
The average person would not have thought that it was possible that the jury would come back with guilty.
I was convinced
and the
they
way
would.
that you
I was
have,
convinced they would.
it's hard for me to believe. But the point is,
Oh no, I was.
okay,
I was convinced
if you
they
had a track record of charging and convicting killer cops, I think that what you're saying would be believable. But the fact that you have never, and there have been other cases involving killer cops that have gone to other prosecutors as part of your metro area consortium, and you have not taken up the mantle to say, I'm going to put killer cops behind bars. This is 2nd-degree murder. This is 3rd-degree murder. We're not going to tolerate murder in the Twin Cities from you cops. If that was your stance, then we would believe you. But the fact that your track record is 0 when it comes to prosecuting killer cops, and here you just gave the bare minimum, which is 2nd-degree manslaughter.
No, it's 0, but there's what, 4 prosecutors in the
It
state?
has
that have
nothing.
done
We
a
talking
killer
about
cop?
you. We talking about you.
I know. I
You're
haven't
one of
done
the
it.
you're one of the
So,
elder
Don't
attorneys.
have any faith in me.
You're
Don't
one of
have
the
any
elder
faith in me.
attorneys. What we're
I've
saying,
only been doing this for
what we're
35
asking
years.
you to do, what we're asking you to do is upgrade the charges, and we do believe.
all we're asking
Yes, you
for.
can, and to say
Well, I
that
choose not
to
to.
you choose, at least you owned it. You are choosing not to
Choose not to. You know why?
because you don't want to prosecute killer
I'm an
cops.
honest broker.
That's the reason.
won't
And you
give in
can't
to
see
this.
if Daunte were your son, if Daunte were your
Every night I
son,
lose my mind.
if Daunte were your son, you would not tolerate that. You would demand the fullest
not true.
charges under the law. Yes, please. Please. You absolutely would. If somebody killed your son over an air
You can't tell
freshener
us you believe it
or
when
tabs that were expired,
Come on.
you would absolutely demand that person be charged to the fullest extent of the law. And then if that other prosecutor that you know wouldn't do it, you would go to the governor and you would use your political capital to demand charges. Murder charges. You would not accept manslaughter, Pete. Let's be honest about this. Pete, you and I both know. You would never accept manslaughter charges if your son were killed under the same circumstances as Daunte Wright. Be absolutely honest about that. Looking at that boy lying in that casket, all we could do as black mothers was cry. That could be my son pulled over for an air freshener and have a cop pretend that it's an accident, who's been on the job for 26 years. And how many white Minnesotans would give that person the benefit of the doubt? And they wouldn't see their son and my son just because of his skin color. That's what we're talking about here. If that were a white boy, you would have charged murder. Be honest about that, Pete. There would be no question. You'd have white people banging on your door. We've come in peace. All we do is some chants and maybe a little marching.
And I'm grateful.
White folks would be banging down your door. You couldn't go to the grocery store. You couldn't go to the gas station. You couldn't go anywhere because they would be so angry and outraged. And that's what happened with Mike Freeman at first when he didn't want to charge Muhammad Noor. The white folks in Southwest Minneapolis was like, oh, no. This might have been an accident, but you're going to bring some murder charges. And that's why Mike Freeman used that third-degree murder statute in a way that was completely different than how it's normally used. And guess what? A jury found him guilty, and he's spending 12 and a half years in prison.
That's right.
So those white folks in Southwest, and that was probably even more accidental than this situation, because the man shot in the dark and didn't know what he was looking at. Kim Potter, taser, knowing damn well it was a gun. She knew she had a Glock in her hand. She thought it was a game. Looking at that boy in the casket is not a game. Seeing his 2-year-old son, see his dad for the last time in a white casket, that's not a game. So if that boy was white, there is no question you would have brought murder charges. You cannot even look me in the eye and say that with the truth, but I can feel your spirit and your heart.
Keith and I are friends.
That's part of the problem. People cozying up who are part of the system and not caring about the people. Pete, you have the power to bring murder charges. You just refuse to. And you know that if Daunte was white, you would bring murder charges. That is absolutely true. We all know it's true. You know that it's true. You know that it's true. You would bring murder charges, Pete. Everyone in this neighborhood. Everyone in this neighborhood knows that it's true. Your neighbors, as we're walking down the street, they're in solidarity with us because they know you would bring murder charges if that was a white boy.
That's so wrong.
It is wrong. And that's the problem. It's wrong that you do not see Daunte Wright as you would your own son.
If it was your son,
I wish you knew me.
If it was your son laying there, or somebody shot your son.
It doesn't have to be my son.
Let her say what she said.
The police 25 years ago, an officer shot my son in the back. Okay?
It's not okay.
No, it's not okay. And I haven't got justice. And if that was your son, and put your shoes in that mother's foot and felt that pain, or have a heart for a child, once you lose that son, it's not coming back. That person knew exactly what she was doing because her 2 eyes saw her hand, and that taser was yellow, bright yellow, compared to black. When she pointed that gun, she saw that color. What she was doing was trying to demonstrate to the other police, this is how you kill and get away with murder. So I feel like this is premeditated murder, and she was tempted to kill, and she thought she was getting away with it. You should charge her first degree.
And she's a trainer of cops. So
I respect your right, and I want you to just find a little way to respect that. I'm going to do what I do as a prosecutor. And don't talk to me about empathy. Don't talk to me about empathy.
What the empathy got to do with it?
It got to do with I might give a damn about Black Lives Matter and people dying.
Don't give a damn. That's what you're saying. Look at your attitude. Look at your attitude.
Right.
Look at your demeanor.
To charge somebody.
No, you can put your shoes in somebody else's feet and have some sympathy.
You want to be a special assistant? You want to try this case? You want to bring murder charges?
Yes, I do. I will do it. If you want me to become a special prosecutor and bring murder charges, trust I will do it. Is that what you want? No, you're going to come in there with me. You're going to come in there with me.
I'm out for a conviction to hold somebody accountable for what they did. Under the law.
Are you going to assign me as a special? Are you going to assign me as a special prosecutor? Are you going to assign me as a special prosecutor? So then don't play these games.
Yeah, why are you capping?
Because I have the balls to charge Kim Potter with murder in the second and the third degree.
That's right.
I have the balls to try the case as well.
Easy to charge.
Let me become a special prosecutor then.
It's real easy to charge.
Why can't I become a special prosecutor? Why can't I become a special prosecutor?
Give her a shot. Give her a shot.
Give her a shot.
Give her a shot.
She probably do better than you. Let's be real.
She's offered you.
It was your idea.
You threatened by a black woman?
Yeah, that's what it is.
She's offered you help. Take the help.
And it's gonna be
Murder.
It was murder.
She committed murder, Pete.
We disagree.
Yeah, if that boy was white, it would be no question. Or if Kim Potter was a black woman and that boy was white, it would be no brainer for you to. Yes, it is very true. You have never charged a cop who has killed someone, Pete, in all your years.
Not true, Nakima.
You
Well,
just
that's
acknowledged
true.
that.
No, that's true.
We know that's
Not
true.
that
You stop backing so close to her.
Then you know what? It's not your words, it's your actions. If you cared, we would see that you care in your actions. You do not get on that bully pulpit and say, I'm going to hold killer cops accountable.
Pete, I
You
want to
see
talk
what
to
you're
you.
doing. You have the lowest possible
I want
charges
to talk
against
to you as a
this cop.
white woman, okay? I want to talk to you as a white person. We have a duty to our communities. We have a duty to our brothers and sisters of color who have suffered under the system for decades. And I recognize that Kim Potter doesn't own all that, but she owns what the hell she did. She absolutely owns what she did. And what she did, well, possibly unintentional, and I don't necessarily agree that it was, but while it was unintentional, it was murder. It was still murder. She had the opportunity, while she was hollering, taser, 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 to look down, see that gun in her hand, and she went forward anyway. And she went forward on a traffic stop that was supposedly for a warrant for missing a court date that the young man never even got because it was sent to the wrong address. And so, you know,
I'm not going to try this case out in the street. I'm not trying it out here.
You don't have to try it out in the street. What you have to do is do your job. And your job, you know, you don't have a problem, and I know, because I've looked into it, you don't have a problem with putting high charges on African American people. You don't have any problem with putting even excessive charges on African American people and then working hard to prove them. I'm talking to you, white person or white person now, okay? Because we need to do better, and you need to do better, because I know your history. I'm not saying that you're a terrible person or a bad person, whatever. Understand the way that this system has tainted you. Understand that all of us have this taint that we have an obligation to get rid of and to cleanse ourselves of. I would be working my ass off to charge her with the highest thing I could charge her with. Now, Nakima comes to you and she offers to assist you. You know, we're peaceful in the streets here. We're not tearing nothing up. We're just here to talk, to have a conversation and to put forward our views. And that's what we're doing. She comes with an open heart to offer you assistance. Please accept her assistance. Please, you will be the hero of the century if you accept her assistance.
I don't want to be the hero.
We know that. But what we want you to do is to be a good prosecutor.
I've been working
Okay,
for
you know what?
justice my whole
I haven't touched you. I didn't come in your space. So please be careful
And I
about
didn't
that.
leave a life that matters. Okay?
No, you know what?
There we are.
No one's picking on you. We're asking you to do your job.
I'm doing it.
What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of a damn thing.
Well, it sounds like you is.
I'm not afraid of a damn thing.
Are you involved in a
Well,
We
I'm afraid
have-
of something.
We have obligations. You have an obligation.
Do it. There's enough laws
You
for you to bring conviction.
You reach to the furthest thing you can charge people
You know there's
with.
enough laws.
Routinely.
You got nothing. You got
Let me
nothing to be
just say
afraid
one
of.
thing. Kira came out against me and Imran
There
Ali,
is nothing-
the only
there is
Islam
nothing-
prosecutor in the state,
No.
and they went out against him. They went out against him. They went out
Listen.
against Imran Ali and demanded he be taken off the case. The only Pakistani American. And you went after him.
Well, listen, Pete.
That was absolutely precious.
You
That was
routinely,
precious.
you routinely set charges high and do your best to prosecute them.
We're live right now in Stillwater, Minnesota, in front of Paul Orput's home.
Think that you're the
That's Paul
reasonable
right here in
guy
the green.
and be disrespectful towards the
Washington
rest of us.
County
Pete, why are you running off, Pete? Pete, why are you running off?
Come on now.
Bring murder charges.
Bring murder charges! Bring murder charges! Bring murder charges!